Alright guys, in this video, hooking that blower up to my simplicity tractor. So we gotta get all this pulled out of here, and I'll see you when I got that trailer hooked up to the back of that, pull it up by the shop and start getting it hooked up. Alright guys, now I got my makeshift little flatbed that I built last year. It's supposed to hold my snowblower. So I got that in here with the snowblower on it. I got the tractor in here. So first thing we're gonna do is hook up. Wait, I actually believe this bracket goes on first, or at least the front does, and then you hook up that to hold the back up. So I'll see you guys when I'm under the machine hooking that piece up. Alright, so you guys are gonna want a nice heated shop like I have, and you're gonna want a light under like that so you can see everything. First thing we're gonna do is get this cotter pin out and pull this pin. So I highly recommend using pliers. These things suck to get off barehanded. So I'll see you guys when I have that done. Alright, now that I got, where'd it go? Oh shoot, no, yeah, there it is. There's that pin, and there's that pin. All you're gonna do is hang it like that, so that it's on those hooks. And then you're gonna push this pin through the bottom to lock it on there. But you might have to steer the wheels forward. Oh, come on. You probably have to steer the wheels for that, so I'll be back as soon as we do that. All right, wheels turned now. We're just gonna push this through under where that other pin was, so it locks onto those hooks. Can't come off now. Just gonna put this pin back in. And then we're just gonna spread the two teeth on the pin, and that'll be locked on. So I'll see you guys in a moment once we have that done. All right, and we got that cottering pin back in and twisted so it can't come out. And I'll see you guys when we're in the back putting that lever in. All right, so what we gotta do here, we just got some keys. Got a couple of them. By a couple, I mean three. Got three of those we gotta take out, and then you gotta get this under there. And you gotta pull this up, and you line that up with that ring over there. And then once you get it through there, you put your pins back in. I don't think there's bolts for this. Yeah, wait, yeah. There's these pins here that you just slide those onto. But yeah, I'll see you guys when we have that in there when we're about to do these clips. Alright, now we got it onto these pins, but I don't have little cottering pins or anything for that because I don't really worry about those. But now we just gotta put our washers on here, so I'm gonna take this back off, but you gotta get through this loop and that loop. And then it's on here good. That's just the play in the... Alright, you can change it. So I'll see you guys once I have everything done for this lever. Alright guys, so we got our key pins, that's what I call them in there. And then washers, those are all in there. So now, how this belt works is it comes up and two pieces of it go through this pulley. And it wraps around the clutch up here. And then you got this big thing down here that you gotta wrap around the pulley on the blower. And in a second here, I'm gonna have the blower on the ground and we're gonna start hooking it up. So I'll see you guys in a split second when we have the blower at least down on the ground. Alright guys, well we got this blower on the ground, and then these two holes, there's two holes like that, or one hole on each side like that. I got these little pins and their keys. You just take those out and I put the blower on there, and there's two holes on, or a hole on each side on this bracket. Hooks up to the same spot. So I'll see you guys when I got that hooked up. There we are on both sides. You got them pins put in and them keys in. So now we're gonna have to worry about the belt, but now would be the time you can hook this. You got the key out of it. You take this, you hook it up to your lever. I'll just show you guys since it doesn't take that much effort. Kind of hard to do holding the camera though. There. So it's hooked up like so. And now if you want to, should be able to raise the snowblower. And there. So the blower's officially hooked up, but we still gotta hook this belt up. Alright guys, got our belt on. So the bottom of the pulley on the snowblower, you're gonna want that piece of belt to come to this pulley on the right, and then go to this side of the clutch, and then that pulley to go to the left side of the clutch, and that comes from, so from the bottom of the pulley on the snowblower, it should come to this left side and go to the left side of the clutch, and from the top of the snowblower pulley, it should come to the right side and go to the right side of the clutch. So let's make sure this is spinning the right direction, because I've messed up and I've definitely made it spin wrong before, and it's a very daunting task doing this belt. Last piece, you got this rod, which I don't know if it's custom built or not. I think it is. But this rod just hooks on here, so you can adjust the tip on your, I don't know what chute. I would just call it a chute. But yeah, I'm gonna twist this on, then we're gonna grease this thing, get some black spray paint, cover up all of our rust, and I'm gonna actually drop these tracks lower, because last year I was picking up gravel on the driveway. So I'll see you guys when we're gonna drop those. Alright guys, we're testing to make sure this thing's spinning the right direction. So fire up and crank it. One thing I forgot about till just now, there's a spring here. Here's your lever. You gotta yank this back, put your spring on there, and there's a chain over here, hook your spring up to, and then you just push that lever forward and it keeps this thing stable when you're blowing. So I'll see you guys when I got that hooked up. Alright, so our spring is hooked up. Should hold it nice and steady. Can't wobble side to side as much as it wants to anyway. So we're gonna go down to the shop. We got a greaser here. Got one there. I feel like there's more on the other side. Basically anywhere anything rotates, there should be a greaser, or metal or rub metal. Yeah, see there's one. I don't know. Ugh. You guys can't see it. There's one right there on the auger. And then there might be another one out here somewhere. No, I think those are the only two. So I'll see you guys once we got this thing greased and ready to go. And we'll paint it and drop those skis down. Alright guys, well I am going to go in quick because there's this little thing called dinner and I have not had it yet. And then we will go down, and I forgot, I still gotta put them weights. You gotta put them weights on the back of the tractor too, so we gotta hook those up. But that sounds like a good after dinner project. Alright guys, now that I'm full and I've had supper and everything, I got my weights, go on the rear wheels. I gotta get chains on those eventually. I gotta drop those tracks down and I gotta grease this thing, that's right. So let's get to work. First I'll grease this. Alright, now that she's greased, we're gonna drop these skis down if we can. Drop those down so we don't catch as much gravel this winter. And see you guys when I got the stuff to do that. All we're gonna need now is a impact and a 9/16 socket. And we're gonna loosen these nuts and drop these skis. Alright guys, we got these skis lowered and it shouldn't pick up as much gravel. I can get just up to my knuckles under it. So I don't think we'll pick up that much gravel this year. So that should be good. Now we gotta get those weights on. Alright, well there it is. We got the blower hooked up. We got our weights on the back. All that we need now is some LEDs. But thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions.